Welcome back to L5 Star FC. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we are going to be previewing the Real Madrid game, and today I have got Salah and Charlie to go over Real Madrid. This will be a massive game, ladies and gentlemen. The quarterfinals of the Champions League. The first leg will be taken, I'm not too sure, but we're away from home. I think it's in their training facility, which they've got over there because the Santiago
Alfredo Stadium.
Oh, is it? Oh, right, okay. Because the Bernabeu is under renovation. But we'll start off by asking each other, how are we, and are we confident going into this game? We'll start with you, Salah. See, you've got the Canate picture in the back. Let's hope he joins. But yeah, how are you feeling towards this massive game in our season?
Feeling good. Feeling confident. I think Arsenal was an important win to give us momentum for this game, and yeah, we won that. That's good, and now we have to use that momentum, shift it to this Real Madrid games, because the Champions League, the only big thing we've got to win now, the Premier League's gone. So hopefully the players are mentally ready for the game tomorrow. Real Madrid's proposition 3 years ago are looking weak, especially with Ramos out of the fixture tomorrow, as well as Danny Carvajal. So I think Real Madrid are the strongest as people make them out to be. So let's hope for a win tomorrow.
Yeah. What about you, Charlie? How confident, or how are you feeling on this game? As this is a massive game, obviously in our ambitions this season.
Well, as Salah just said there, Ramos is out, so like their record without Ramos is awful. I don't know the stats, but it's awful.
It's awful.
And coming into it, and it was like, it's probably one of the best draws we could have got, but because we're just so bad at the minute. Well, I know we got that win, but we're still not great. So like, Nat Phillips and Kabak yet they've kept 4 clean sheets, but they come up against proper attackers like Benzema, Arsenio, and a few Rodrigo, Vinicius. I think it's a 50-50, but you've got to back your own lads, haven't you? I'm confident, but not too confident.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and yeah, let's hope that we see an emphatic performance like we did in London a few days ago with Arsenal. The Arsenal review show is currently out on the channel, but before we start, get right into the nitty-gritties of this game. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this video up to 30 likes. But we'll go over Real Madrid. Obviously, you alluded to there, both of you, about Ramos and the stats when he is not in that team. How big of a blow do you think that is for them? Who do you think will come in for them? Do you think he'll be is Nacho Fernandez fit? And I expect he'll partner Varane.
I have their lineup somehow.
Oh yeah. What's their lineup then?
It's a reliable Madrid journalist predicted it. She's predicting Courtois will start and goal. Then Lucas Vazquez at right back. I have a feeling he's playing 3-4-3s because when he plays Vazquez, he plays him as a wing back. Yeah. He has Lucas Vazquez at right wing back, playing Nacho Fernandez as a right centre back, Varane as the left centre back, Mendy as the left wing back. Then the midfield three is gone for us: Casemiro, Kroos, and Modric, and with Asensio, Benzema, and Vinicius Junior up top.
Yeah, now that's still a good team in my eyes. I think that midfield, although it's aging, that is a very good team.
Very good.
And I'm honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I think we have to start with that 3 in midfield, because I just feel like going to that 4-2-3-1. It's been all right. It's shown signs that of weakness in the past. It did work the other day, but I wouldn't chance it against he likes a Modric. This guy won the Ballon d'Or a few years ago. You don't lose that quality. You may lose a bit, an inch or two of pace, a yard or two, but he's still got that vision, that natural vision. And I don't know why I'm just a little bit anxious about that middle three. But what about you? What do you think about that middle three, Charlie? Are you scared to face that middle three, or do you think this is an opportunity to really put a statement out in the Champions League?
Well, they've got a very solid and experienced midfield, but then that brings question marks of if they got the hunger anymore. Are they actually that as motivated as the young players who are coming onto the scene? They haven't won as many trophies. They've won probably 4 Champions Leagues, some of them maybe 3, because they won 3 in a row. But it's a good midfield, but I actually think ours is better because you've got Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and as much as a bit abash Thiago, he suits Europe so much because like I think in the Prem it's a bit too fast for him, but on the European stage it's a bit slower and a bit more tactical, and I think he's perfect for the European stages.
Yeah, I agree with that midfield. I think Fabinho, I don't think you're getting a better number 6 in world football, in my opinion. And Thiago Alcantara, he hasn't been as good as we were hoping, but his performances have started to be on the increase, and he does look like he is adapting to life in Liverpool. And these are the games that he does thrive in, games against proven European opposition. Also, I think this is a big game for Wijnaldum, guys. I don't know if it's the same with you. I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for him. Obviously, got rested against Arsenal. Do you think he'll start this game, Salah? Do you think Wijnaldum's a big threat that Real Madrid will have to watch out for? Because I think he suits the way that Real Madrid play. I think this is a game for him to really thrive in.
Yeah, I saw on the Athletic article that he was rested just for the Real Madrid game. Also due to the fact that he did play 3 games away with the Netherlands. But I also saw in the article that there is a big chance that the midfield will be Fabinho, Thiago Wijnaldum, or Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Keita. So Wijnaldum, as you said, he does suit these kind of games, the way Real Madrid play on the wings. He's good at stopping those passing lanes sometimes, and plus, I think he's going to take these European games to heart now, because you never know, if we lose these ones and we go crashing out, this could be his last European game for Liverpool. So I think he will have that in his heart, and it could give him some extra hunger or desire to go to the next leg, so he doesn't finish his European career with Liverpool earlier.
Yeah, that's a very good point there you made about the Wijnaldum situation, and the situation regarding his future and how he will want to bow out his time at Liverpool with what would be a really memorable way to finish his Liverpool career if Liverpool were to win the Champions League. But we did touch on the draw, Charlie. Do you think do you think Liverpool can make it to the final, given their current the current route, that path to the final? Obviously, we all know, and we can probably all agree that other path to the finals are significantly harder than the current one that we have got. Obviously, we need to take every game by game. We need to beat Real Madrid first. But do you think that we can go all the way? Do you think we can go all the way?
Yeah, definitely. Like, as much as we've been awful in the Premier League, we're a different beast in Europe. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just it's special. Even, well, maybe not without, but even without the fans, yeah, I think the players, even with the Real Madrid game, will be they're really motivated to get revenge on the 2018 final, because a lot of players are still there. Like, you've got, I was saying that Henson's not playing, but you've got the front 3 back line. Like, they should be motivating. Should be Chelsea just lost 5-2 to West Brom. Played credit to West Brom, but Chelsea played awful. As first loss under Tuchel, and is this where we see the manager bounce ending? Because when you get a new manager, you're coming. So it's a tough one. It's a really tough one, because I think Chelsea's slightly better than us, and a 2-legged draw, you never know. I think
there's no one better, is there, than us, in my opinion, on 2-legged draws in European football, or you'd struggle to name a few at least. But that's I get your point. I think Chelsea, obviously having that good defence, well, they did lose, but concede 5 goals, but they're not scoring, and you have to score. You need to score goals in order to get yourself that big advantages with that away goal. Obviously, we know over the past few years that away goal has been pivotal to whether teams go in, stay in, go out. Atletico Madrid, and funnily enough, this is one of the Madrid teams. We have to get an away goal, and that moves us swiftly onto the game plan. How do you think the Reds will set this out? Do you think they'll go full guns blazing? Do you think they'll be slightly conservative in the way they approach the game to try and neutralise the threats of Benzema and so on and so forth? Do you think they'll go for this one? I think they need to get that away goal. I think that's just, they need to just get that away goal. even if it's a 1-1, I'll be happy with a 1-1. I'll take a 1-1. But I think ideally, with our current away form, I think it's best we go in and get this win. We'll touch on you, Salah, first. The game plan. How do you think the Reds will set out for this one? Do you think it'll be all free flowing, risk reward football, or do you think it'll be conservative and try and play for that 1-1 or possible 1-0? I can't see it, but what are your thoughts?
I don't think you have the away goal in his mind. Maybe a bit far back. I don't think one of his priorities will be getting an away goal. I think his priorities will be just setting out the team, making them go, play good football, start from minute one, don't kind of the slack. Don't start the first 20 minutes just stupidly like we've done in other games against other oppositions in the league. But I think the way he'll set up, if Zidane sets up as a 3-4-3, he'll make sure Robertson and Trent spread out. Like, because you be seeing when a lot of teams play fullback, they tuck in a little on the opposing side. So when he plays the 3-4-3, their wing backs also tuck in, which creates space in behind. So maybe, I don't know, because we have seen that ever since we've got the new centre backs, Trent and Robertson haven't got much forward. So I don't know how he would do that, but I think one of Klopp's priority has to be nailing down Karim Benzema because he's a great striker. Whether that means just having Fabinho on him or whether that just means taking a more defensive approach, you have to stop Karim Benzema.
Yeah, Karim Benzema is obviously a massive threat for them. He plays in between the lines. Not the fastest of strikers, and not the most clinical, but he's powerful, and he's a proven European striker. We'll go to you, Charlie, on this one. How do you think the Reds will set out, and do you think they'll be setting out to try and neutralise that threat of Benzema?
Well, Klopp never changes his philosophy, and I can't see him changing it for this game. He's Jenga pressing, attacking football, but we're not going to go, it's Real Madrid here. They're not what they used to be. They're not, Bayern Munich, Man City. And I think it's the same philosophy as always, really. But I think he'll be safe. He won't play Keita or I think it'd be silly to play Keita or Jones. I think he needs to pick a safe experience like Thiago, Fabinho, and Adam.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that moves us on to the other department of the pitch. Now, this is obviously a very well-spoken point of view discussion on who will start in that front three. Do you think Liverpool will go? Well, I can kind of guess off what you think about that situation with the Jurgen Klopp's philosophy. I don't think he'll be changing the formation drastically. I think he'll start with that three: Firmino, Salah, and Mane. Yet, before recording this, Salah informed me that Jota will be doing the press conference. It could be between Jota and Thiago, which could imply that Jota may be starting. So that does slightly change up my prediction. I'm just going to go on what I think Klopp is more likely to do, and that is to start Firmino. I can just sense it. I don't know about you guys, but I can just sense him starting Firmino. I think he's very stubborn with this. Yet Firmino is he's turned up in the European games and the big games where the big games matter. PSG. I think he played well at Roma as well. So that he played well in these big European games. Salah, who do you think will start in that front three, or could you possibly see a front four?
It's how Klopp's point of view is. It's if Klopp wants to start with Firmino and see how it goes, come to the 60th minute, and he knows he has Diogo Jota on the bench. It can make a difference. But as you said, Firmino's made for the big occasion. He has come off the bench in European games. But I'm thinking of it like this: you don't drop a guy who's in form. You don't drop a guy who's banging in goals. You start the guy.
Exactly.
That's why my pick's Diogo Jota. But if he does want to play Firmino, I think Charlie said it before the show started as well. Drop Mane and play Diogo Jota on the left, because Jota's natural position is on the left. It's not the number 9 position, so it wouldn't be that harmful dropping Mane for Jota. But my preference would be starting Mane on the left and then play Jota in the middle and dropping Firmino.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can really agree with that. What about you, Charlie? What's your front three, or could we see a front four? But I guess you'll go with the front three.
Yeah, I think I'll start with front three because he's only just recently. Well, he played at the start when he first came in 2015. He did play a 4-2-3-1, but with our success, we've played a 4-3-3, and I think he'll stick with the 4-3-3. And like I said off camera, I think you've got to drop Manny because Manny, he's a great player, but he's just been awful this season. He's been stinking.
He has. I don't think people are talking about him enough. I think Firmino's been used, and rightly so. I don't think Firmino's been brilliant, but Mane should be brought into this conversation as well. I don't think he's been at scratch. I think he did play better against Arsenal, in my opinion, but still not enough for Mane, isn't it?
He doesn't have the cutting edge anymore. Like when he's in front of goal, you think he's going to score. Like you don't believe that he's going to score, and then Jota's, I forget what goal it was, but Manny had it and he turned and he looked down to it, and then Jota comes in, it's like, it's my goal.
Yeah,
it was just, he just doesn't have that edge in it. Like his link-up play in the Arsenal game was decent, but I just think he's lost confidence. Maybe I think you bring Jota into this game and Klopp on form, and then Klopp, that says to Manny, start performing, take your chance because you have been awful, and we can't afford on the back end of the season, most crucial part of the season, to be form, either dropping points or getting knocked out of the Champions League because
we can't afford that. That's what we're riding off here on in. So we'll go into the starting 11 prediction. So we'll go through the goalkeeper. So I guess everyone's going for Alisson. Yeah. Am I right in saying that? Yeah. Okay, cool. That back four, I'm going with Trent, Robbo, Kabak, and Phillips. Same with everyone else. Yeah. Same with everyone else. I think.
To be honest, I remember before the Arsenal games, I was just talking to a few Liverpool fans on Twitter before the game. I was like, I'd prefer Fabinho or Phillips if he can play against Real Madrid. But that Arsenal game just changed my mind that you cannot take Fabinho out of that six.
No, mate, you can't.
There is still that doubt in me though that they do have Benzema, and against Phillips. Phillips isn't the best on his defensive awareness. We saw that against Wolves a few times. So will he get caught out? We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But that Arsenal game has just changed my mind. Never put Fabinho back in that back four to keep him in the six.
Yeah, and I think Fabinho will obviously be pivotal if he starts at six to try and cut out Benzema's runs from in between the lines. I think Fabinho will have to be on his top game, and I think if he puts in a performance like he did at Arsenal, I think we'll do a very good job in keeping him quiet. But the midfield, I'm going Fabinho in the 6, Wijnaldum and Thiago in the 8. Thiago on the right-hand side and Wijnaldum on the left. What are yours, Charlie? This one's a bit more of a discussed department of the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I'd completely agree because unless I doubt he'll play Milner because he's played recently. He's like 35. You can't play him in consecutive games. Jones and Keita is too risky, and obviously Henderson's injured. Chamberlain hasn't took his chance when he's coming, so I think I'd be very surprised if he did not play that midfield. Yeah,
I agree. Salah, what about you? Are you going with the same midfield, or would you spice things up? Would Keita be involved for this one, or?
I want to play Naby. I just want to play Naby Keita because I know he can perform in these kind of games. We know
but he's so inconsistent, and you don't want inconsistency in such an important game. And his ankle is he just gets injured all the time.
He can perform in these big games, though. We've seen it. He performed in the Bayern game when we were at home in the first leg. Got man of the match. He's great. He's a good player, and especially as Zidane's going to set up with the 3-4-3, you're going to need people to break those lines and dribble. And I think Keita's a better dribbler than Wijnaldum, but I don't think he's going to... If he would drop someone in that midfield of Thiago and Adam Fabinho, you drop Thiago, and I don't want to drop in Thiago. So, because as Charlie said, he's proven on the European stage. So I think the midfield would be Thiago and Adam Fabinho, as much as I want Keita to play.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I to be honest with you, I can't see Keita coming in, but he could spark a surprise in the lineup and maybe start him. But we'll go on to the front three. We did allude to it previously in the video. I've gone for Firmino, Mane, and Salah. That's my predicted. I would have preferred Jota in there. You've gone Jota on the left, Charlie, if I'm right, and then Jota on
Firmino
the
and
left,
Salah.
Firmino, and then Salah. And then Salah, what did we come to you on this? About who would you have on the front three?
I would have
We just come to you at the Jota, wouldn't we?
Mane, Jota, Salah.
Mane, Jota, Salah, that's fair enough. Yeah, and what your score predictions will go around. I'm going for I think it'll be a tight game. I think my score prediction won't do the performance, or the performance won't do the my score prediction justice. I've gone for a 2-0 Liverpool win. I feel like we'll go all guns blazing, but I feel like Real Madrid will have their chances as well. I'm going for a 2-0. Charlie, what are you going for?
For a 2-all, good performance. But
Yeah, I'll take that.
The away goals are so important. I think as long as you don't lose your away leg, you're doing well.
Yeah, you can try and get something out your home leg then. Push on. But Salah, what about you? What are you going for?
You know not to ask me already.
Yeah. That's fair enough. But yeah, what are your score predictions down below? Leave your comments down below in the comments, obviously. Please hit that subscribe button, like the video. Let's get 30 likes on this video. Subscribe to L5 Star C for more LFC content.